Conversations. Does anyone have any other information about Hammurabi that we didn't just read that they think that the rest of the class should know about? Gaia?
Well, it said that he was famous for like poems. There was poetry.
Okay.
Poems that people still like recite today.
Awesome. Kevin, do you want to add something?
Well, there were two. He kind of took over two communities, the Syrians and the Babylonians.
Yeah, so he took over from the Syrians, and then was it the Assyrians that took over?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Colby, do you want to add something?
Kind of little, but in Babylonian, one of the gods is Marduk, and he made that god the most important god.
Okay, so Hammurabi made it so Marduk was the most important god that needed to be ruled?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Ellie and then Zach.
So what I have down is they were taken over by smaller groups.
Mm-hmm. So Hammurabi was conquered by smaller groups? Yeah. Okay, Zach, what else?
And then he also let women and slaves have rights.
Awesome. Thanks for that. That's something kind of innovative, right? Campbell?
Well, I'm kind of confused. Here it says that they were for 42 weeks.
So it says, yeah, so in the fourth paragraph, if you guys want to take a look, it says, the tablets tell us that Hammurabi ruled for 42 years. Okay, what are you confused about?
Is that saying that Neo-Babylonia lived for 42 years?
No, not quite. That's just saying that Hammurabi ruled in Babylonia for 42 years.
Because I have it written down that Babylonia lived for 25 years. So
Okay, yeah, and so he might have ruled a little bit before, a little bit after. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So, thanks for adding all those things, guys. Now, let's think about those debates that we had. Remember those conversations where you presented your poster? Yeah? Okay. So, what were the different things that contributed to the rise of civilizations? Do you remember, Campbell?
oh shoot. Well, I'm going to do that. Trade and trade goods.
Trade and trade goods. Okay. Garrett?
Farming.
Farming. Kevin?
Tools.
Tools. Ellie?
Civilization.
Civilization. Harrison?
Settlement.
Settlements. Okay, anything else you want to add, guys? Clara? Community. Okay, yeah. So all of those things contributed to the rise of a civilization, which is also called a city-state. So if you guys flip over the first page of your packet, there's some definitions of the bolded terms in there. So let's look at city-state for a second. All right, so city-state says an independent city, sometimes walled, and often including the territory around it. Okay? So Babylon was a city-state, and it was also a civilization. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's think about civilization and what it means to be civilized. All right, so let's pretend for a second. Neither Mr. Wilmes nor myself were in the classroom. You didn't have to follow any of the rules of the classroom or the school or the laws of the state or country. What do you think might happen? Would you all behave appropriately? Mitchell, what would happen?
So I think probably most of us behave, except for like some people maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
Colby?
I think it would be like the junior purge.
All right, and what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
Like the movie when like all crime is legal and
Uh-huh.
you can do anything. That would probably be what it.
That you'd be allowed to do anything, okay? Sarah?
I think it would probably turn into mass chaos.
Probably turn into mass chaos. Campbell?
So I feel like half of us would kind of be like, guys, settle down. When they come in, they'll be impressed.
Mm-hmm. But what
then
if you had...
half of us would just not care?
But what if Mr. Wilmes and I didn't even care if you followed the rules or not?
Then probably some of us would be like, oh, this is just so stupid. Why are you guys doing this? But there would probably only be a fourth of us.
A fourth of you? Okay, Grant, what do you have to say?
I think that a lot of people would get hurt.
Okay, you think people would get hurt? Do you want...
Yeah.
Okay.
Locked in the classroom.
Nope, you say that it expanded out to Centennial, and then to Littleton, and then to Denver.
Oh, then a lot of people would get hurt.
A lot of people would get hurt. Okay, Owen, do you want to add something?
Well, I would, most of us would probably leave
or just freak out.
Do whatever you want.
And then I would just go to like a really just calm place so then I don't get attacked by someone who's very violent.
Okay.
As a neutral.
All right, Joe.
If there was no rules or anything, couldn't someone walk into a store that has like this good stuff and just walk out with it?
Sure. Why not?
See, that would be cool.
Kevin?
I think I see what you're kind of getting at. So without rules, the civilization would kind of collapse almost.
Uh-huh.
Go into chaos then.
Okay, so did everyone hear what Kevin just said?
Yep.
Without a civilization, things would collapse, right? Okay, he is getting what I'm trying to get to. So, civilizations need order and structure. It might be pretty chaotic if no rules or laws told us the way we're supposed to behave. So, what do you think Hammurabi did in his 38th year of rule to create a more peaceful Babylonia? Let's do Sarah and then Gaia.
I think he probably created laws.
He probably created laws. Is that what you were going to say, Gaia?
Yes, I would think he would not focus so much as trying to protect the city with the military, but to try and make trust instead.
Try to build trust and stuff? Okay. Joe?
He created the 282 laws and he put it on the
Steely?
field.
Okay, where are you reading that from? You want to tell the rest of the class? So it's at the...
The old world stealing, and it's like before that.
So in the second column, in the first paragraph, like the third sentence, right? In the 38th year of his rule, Hammurabi had 282 laws carved into a large pillar-like stone called a stele. All right, so yeah, you guys are right. He created laws. All right, so here was, I think this was found in the prologue, which is the beginning section of Hammurabi's code. But here's a statement that they translated from cuneiform. Remember what cuneiform is?
No.
Sarah, what's cuneiform
The
again?
language, it was the language that kind of looked like pictures.
Okay, was it a language or was it a form of writing? Form of writing. Okay, cool. So they translated this quote from the stele into English. And it says, Hammurabi, the protecting king am I, that the strong might not injure the weak. In order to protect the widows and the orphans, I set up these precious words written upon memorial stone before the image of me as king of righteousness. Okay, so does anyone want to take a guess about what he might be saying in this? Ellie?
Like I may think Hammurabi might be saying, I protect my people and I make sure that everything is fair and that my empire is safe and is fair.
Mm-hmm. So trying to make his empire safe and fair. Okay, Lindsay?
I think he's trying to say that he's trying to protect everybody, and he needed to create rules so nothing would go into chaos.
Right, and where did you pick that up in this little statement here?
It says, as well, I just kind of picked it up after reading the whole thing. It
Uh-huh.
just kind of tells you that he wants everybody to be protected and so nothing would go into chaos.
Awesome, great. Thanks for sharing. Joe?
Well, it's gotta be true, but it says written upon my memorial stone,
Mm-hmm.
like the precious words. He might like have certain words he wants on his grave.
The precious words. Okay, so are you interpreting this as his memorial stone is the stele with the laws on it? Is that what you're saying?
Or it could be like when he died, they put like the rock thing on
Mhm.
his body.
They could have, yeah.
Put some words on it he wants on it.
Mm-hmm. Like the reason why he died or something like that? Or what he died, the cause he died
He
for?
wants to die as the king of righteousness.
The king of righteousness. I think that's right. Okay, Kevin, let's do one more.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure the key word would be protect. So what she was saying. So I was thinking, in order to protect the widows and the orphans.
Yeah, in order to protect the widows and the orphans. So basically, with Hammurabi's code, which is again 282 different laws, he was trying to protect ordinary people from the powerful people. So let's look back at our story. And in the second column, in the last paragraph, it says, we know that there were 3 distinct social classes: landowners, free people who did not own land, and slaves. All right, so who do you think they're trying to protect here? Ellie?
Trying to protect the ones that are rich, or they're trying to protect the strong.
Are they trying to protect the strong? Or are they trying to protect people from the strong?
They're trying to protect people from the strong.
Uh-huh. Great. Clara?
They're trying to protect the free people who didn't own land.
Yeah, the free people who didn't own land, and maybe the slaves too, right? All right, cool. Okay, so now we're going to take a quick break. So you have 4 minutes to silently go out into the hall. Silently. If there's any talking, we're not going to be able to do it again. But you can go out into the hall, you can get a drink, you can use the bathroom. But while you're in the bathroom or getting a drink, I want you to think about fair, unfair, just, and unjust. So try to think about definitions and how you would describe those words. Okay? So at 1:05, I need you back in your seats.